Welcome to NEK VT Rocks, and my guests today are from Coventry Village School. Starting with you, tell us who you are.
I'm Sierra.
I'm Julia.
I'm Lillian.
I'm Graydon.
And you guys are doing a really cool project at your school. How did it start?
Well, I think it all started with the YES program that we went to.
What's that program?
It's where a bunch of schools all over Vermont come together and they do a bunch of different activities involving the environment and ways to stay healthy.
That's really cool.
And so you could sign up for it, and, well, we signed up for it. And so, I don't remember where it was, but we all went down there, and there was like 3 or 4 classes that they just taught you about plastics and the environment and what plastics have an effect on and stuff like that. And then there was one class where we made like little dishes out of like sweet potatoes and stuff. It was really fun.
And then you came back with the idea of carrying it forward?
Yeah.
So what exactly are you doing?
So we are currently trying to reduce the amount of plastic used in our area. Me, Sierra, and Destiny, who is not here, we went to Wendy's and talked to the manager came to Coventry, and we talked to her about out of sight, out of mind with the use of plastic straws. So taking them out of the dining area, and we are going to be making posters and putting them up to explain why this is happening and what effect this is going to have.
On the environment and on animals. That's great.
And, well, me and Destiny. Destiny wasn't in the group, he just...
Oh,
Poor Destiny, she's not here today because
Yeah.
she's on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
I was with the Wendy's group.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so Destiny and I, we went to Shaw's, and we had this slideshow about the harmful effects of plastic, and we had statistics. And then we had talked to the manager, and we had told him that we know it's going to be difficult to just take all the plastic bags out because people are so used to just putting it and just taking it in with the handles and stuff like that. And then we got a grant, from DUMP. It's a organization that wants to stop the expansion, that's the word, of the Coventry landfill. And
That's
so,
many of us.
And so they gave us $100, and the manager of Shaw's said that he would match whatever we got in reusable bags. So Destiny and I were going to Shaw's on March 15th to hand out reusable bags and have our slideshow going, and we have a poster that just has a whole bunch of pictures and statistics and facts and stuff on it.
So we should all come into Shaw's on March 15th.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
What time of day are you going to be there?
1 to 3.
1 to 3, so that we can learn about the harm that single-use plastic does and one of the solutions.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, we'll be handing out like reusable plastic bags, like
Yeah.
the ones you can put your groceries in and use again.
That's great. And how are the other 2 of you involved?
Well, we're going to Wendy's. We went to Wendy's with Graydon,
Right.
and we're trying to get Shaw's out of like the general view of the public so that they can't. So, because it's like a waste, because it can like kill animals if they get into the oceans and stuff.
Do you suggest a different kind of straw or just getting rid of straws totally?
Like getting rid of them or using a compostable straw.
Or a paper
A
straw.
paper one, yeah. Is Wendy's open to this? That's
Yeah.
great. Have they actually committed to saying we'll get rid of plastic straws, we'll use paper ones?
Not yet.
Are you going to make them?
Well, I think they're waiting for us to make our posters,
Okay,
because if our posters come in a week after
yeah,
the straws are taken out, then there's going to be some confusion to the public.
true. But we're, the public, we're all so easy to confuse. Shouldn't even worry about that. Did you guys know that at town meeting day yesterday, yesterday, 2 days ago.
I did.
So, and several townships put the idea of banning single-use plastic on their ballots. And a lot of places voted it in, which is great. So what you're doing is sort of perfect timing.
That'll help us out a lot if it gets banned.
Yeah.
So,
That should really help.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to continue this project?
Yes.
We plan till to the end of the year, where sadly we will graduate.
That's supposed to be a good thing that
Sadly.
you graduate.
Sadly.
Well, I meant sadly because we won't have the green team anymore with all of us.
I'm going
Well-
to be the last one.
Yeah.
That's
Ho-
right.
hopefully
You
it
can
continues.
continue it.
Yeah, hopefully it continues in other years through like
Yeah.
Sierra
And I
doing
know
it and stuff.
Graydon's little brother Bryce will most likely join the green team. 'Cause-
Yeah. So you've got another year, right?
Yes.
How are you going to continue it?
Oh boy.
Oh
It's
boy.
it's difficult if we don't have other people. If it's just me, I'm not sure how that will work. But
Can you recruit other people?
Yes.
I don't know.
'Cause I would
Can we?
bet that when your classmates, other students, see you guys up here today, because this will go out on local TV station and you'll get a video of it, that they'll be excited about what you're doing. Do they even know?
Yes, they do. Everybody was able to go to the YES program, which is what, as we said before, got us
Uh-huh.
into this. And just the people that are here and I think
Destiny.
Destiny.
So 5 out of 48 middle school kids went to the S program.
It was only open to 7 to 8.
It
Mhm.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well then, 35.
Because you guys are really ambassadors now for environmental health and cleaning up. And do any of you intend to make a career in any of the environmental sciences?
I don't know yet.
I
I
heard,
don't
I
think
heard
so.
one of you say something about being a lawyer.
Oh, that's
And
me.
that's an amazing area for environmental work.
I plan on being an RN.
Well, that's environmental.
Yeah.
I plan on being a vet, so
Oh, perfect, because you're going to see the end result of what toxins do in the environment.
Mm.
Because you will see it in animals, because they show it before we do. Because all of these things like plastics have an impact on us as well as what we see around us as mess. So that's a great field to go into.
But you, Sierra, have you decided what you want to do yet?
Again, I'm a year behind, so
Well, I know I was
don't.
going to be an RN since like 6th grade.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, same here.
I
I
like
knew
you
I
guys
wanted to be a
to
lawyer.
say first.
I don't know
Yeah.
completely.
But at least you all have seen, you've learned a lot, I presume, by doing this. Did you know that plastics were as harmful before?
It definitely opened my mind
Mm-hmm.
to the effects that plastic and how much oil we're using to make
Yeah.
plastic bags. And soon we don't have an infinite amount of everything, so you're gonna run out of oil eventually, and then we're not gonna have plastic bags. And yeah, so just trying to get a little bit ahead.
Mm-hmm. What do you
Now-
say to people when they want to know what they can, because sometimes it's sort of mind-blowing for somebody when they say, but what do you mean you want to get rid of plastic bags? What am I going to put my lettuce in? How am I going to move the kitty litter? What do you say to people?
Well, the bags that you use, like, for everyday things like your cat food, dog food, you can make those into reusable bags
Mm-hmm.
and do the same exact things with them, except you can reuse the bag with cleaning it, and you're also saving all the plastic bags that you would have been using.
Right.
In the end, if you are not using plastic bags, that you can actually save money by reusing it instead of
And
Mhm.
like
having to
I
go back every
know,
time.
I know Shaw's gives you money back on reusable bags. Like I'll go in there with my grandmother and groceries, whatever. Like
Uh-huh.
we'll have 3 or 4 reusable bags, and you'll get 10 cents back per bag. So I mean, they're taking a right step, and they're like,
Right. And isn't it fascinating that instead of saying to people, we will charge you for using a plastic bag, the assumption is that you're going to use them anyway, and therefore we'll take your money and not tell you we're taking it.
Yeah.
But we'll give you 30 cents back if you've brought 3 of your own bags.
Which one should I do?
That's slick, isn't it?
Oh yeah. They're finding ways to make the economy grow and just get.
I'm not sure
money.
that that's making the economy grow. I think it's making somebody who owns that store very rich.
Yeah, the managers.
What other kinds of plastic are you working on getting rid of, or modifying, limiting?
Microplastics. I know at the YES program that they had a slideshow on microplastics and it can get in the water, and they found a lot of microplastics in I think it was a duck's bloodstream,
Mm-hmm.
and it was essentially just like all of it coming into one, just like clogging, like it's just like all in there.
Not pretty, is it?
No.
Should we say help describe what microplastics are? Microplastics, any plastic can become a microplastic.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, yes, plastic takes a while to wear down, but it does happen. And as it happens, they get into smaller and smaller pieces.
Mhm.
And when they get to a certain point, they're considered microplastics. And microplastics are more dangerous than the larger pieces
Mm-hmm.
because they're harder to see,
Sure.
and they can get into smaller places that can become more dangerous.
Like simply your water bottle. And
Mhm.
there's a study that it was it 10 years? After 10 years, somebody who had, it's like 98%, 93 or 98% of all humans have some sort of microplastic in them. And after 10 years, only 50% of that had gone down.
Wow. And certainly for the generations, your generation and the generations behind you, that's a real problem. I mean, my generation, yes, I'm sure we all have it in our systems, but we're older, we're not developing in the same way,
Right.
and it will take longer to kill us. But for you guys, this is a real concern. Do you know what ways it can impact on your health?
Well, like I said with the duck, like we're not ducks, but it can. I'm not
It's a great
sure.
image.
But like I'm sure like once you get enough, there can be just
Harmful consequences.
yeah, and just like chunks of it. Like
Can I say something? You don't need to be a duck to get microplastics in your blood.
yeah, I know, but that was what was in the presentation. That's what my example was.
We can be affected in the same ways as most other animals.
Right.
We are not as susceptible as some, but we are still affected in the same ways as most.
Yeah, that's actually one of the big concerns about the landfill here, and how some of the chemicals that are broken down go into the water, and we then drink, eat that water and absorb them. And one of the areas where the damage shows up first is in the kidneys, which you're going to be a nurse,
Yeah,
that's our filter.
exactly.
So it's not really surprising.
It just filters all the bad stuff, and then some of the bad stuff just goes right through because it's
Yeah.
so small and not good.
Right. So is this the first time that any of you have been activists? Because now you're activists, which is a good thing.
I think so. I don't really remember like doing something as big as this, like
Same here.
Yeah.
going forward with it.
Yeah. Speaking up.
Yeah.
How about you two?
Yeah, I don't think
This is my first
the
time.
First thing.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
it's quite an experience.
Because
Yeah.
people wouldn't think teenagers care about the environment. doing stuff about it. Like, I think plastics are bad, but actually doing something about
Yeah.
it, I think, is a real shock to some people.
Hmm. And this is your planet. You're the ones who are going to be around for a lot longer than some of us are. What happens to the planet affects your lives.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And it's really important that you continue to speak up and say, hey, don't mess with my home. It's really important. Was it hard the first time you had to stand up and speak publicly?
Yeah.
It was definitely nerve-wracking.
I definitely froze up a few times talking to the manager because I was like, what do I say so I don't sound stupid? Like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Like,
But you do.
yeah.
And so do you. Did you find it hard, both of you?
I found it a little bit difficult at first, but after we got into it, I think it was a lot better.
It definitely went smoother
Yeah.
Yes.
now that we're here.
Has it made you interested in learning more about plastics and how they impact on us?
Yes.
Yeah.
But before this, I don't think any of us did too much. Like, we all knew plastics were bad,
Mm-hmm.
and we were kind of like what we're talking about before, that plastics are bad, but do something about it.
We didn't really
And-
put much thought into it.
Right.
And then after going to the S program, it really showed us what's actually happening right outside.
Yeah, like in our neighborhood, like you see, like most of my family's from Boston, and some of the time we used to go down there to see like the trash all over the streets,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of crazy how much you see is on the
Mhm.
ground. I'm like, this is not good. Like, I didn't think anything of it now, but now I'm thinking back, I'm like, that's actually there. Like, it's not going anywhere because it's
Right.
plastic. And
And sometimes if you drive down Airport Road, you see the plastic bags that have obviously blown there from the landfill.
yeah.
Mhm.
You think, wow.
Like, two of the girls in my class live right next to the dump,
Hmm.
and they say it smells so bad in the summer.
And I live 2-3 miles from the dump.
And you can still smell it,
Nice.
right?
I have a nice view of the dump in my house.
Yeah,
No
we can
trash.
still smell it on some days.
I don't have it as bad for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But being one of the most developed countries, you'd think we would have a little bit better handle on this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Just putting it into a pile and, gee, I hope it stays.
But no, putting it in a pile and saying, I hope this goes away soon.
Yeah, I hope this goes away soon. Like,
Yeah.
put some dirt on it. It should
Well,
work.
that's actually another project you can get involved with,
Yeah.
helping make it go away.
Yeah.
And obviously you've had connection with the organization that's trying to stop the expansion.
Yep.
So get involved. Lend your voices.
Yeah. Destiny and I sent an email a couple weeks ago just about how we were interested in like joining the organization and helping them out because we've already talked to the manager and they talked to Wendy's. So
Uh-huh.
how we were just gonna like, yeah, we've got your back. Like,
That's great. Where did you send the email? To?
I think it was the leader of the whole
Fabulous.
organization. Yeah.
Of dump. Yeah, I didn't actually know much. I don't know much about the expansion because I
Mhm.
just heard about it, I think 2 weeks ago.
Isn't it amazing? You live right there and there's so little information.
That's another thing. Not everyone knows what's happening too.
Yeah.
So you can't help something that you don't know about.
That's right. That's exactly right. And that's sort of so many areas of life. The wonderful thing is that you don't need adults to get information now. You guys know how to work the internet way better than the rest of us do. You know how to get information.
Because we grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like my mom, she was like, she never had like any of the technology we have now growing
Right.
up. Yeah, it's just crazy.
I had to help my grandmother with her iPhone.
Yeah, probably. You can come and fix my computer any time. And I bet you all can.
that kind of goes back to the plastics, where we have the new materials and we have all this new stuff, and some
Mhm.
of it is really amazing, but the effect that has on the earth isn't. So, yeah, I lost it.
Isn't so amazing.
I lost it.
It's also
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's not just how we dispose of it. It's how we gather it in the first place. How do we harvest the materials that are used to make the components that go in your iPhone or your iPad or any other pad? It's pretty amazing.
Yes, oil and acid.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. It's crazy how much technology has come in the last 5 years.
Actually, the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the changes happen incredibly fast. And for people of my generation, it's, how do I catch up?
Yeah.
But you
Can
guys...
you tell me how to use this? Like,
Yes.
What does
Yeah.
this button do?
Yeah.
But you sort of know a lot of it just by absorbing it through the soles of your feet. I mean,
Because
well,
you hear
that's-
everyone talking about it, and you're just like, oh, like, that sounds interesting. Like,
yeah.
I'll just go on the internet to look, like, know more.
Yeah, and it was last school year we actually went out for a green up day, and we went on, what was it? It was Coventry Station Road
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
on one day, and then the weekend after, me and a couple other kids and one of our teachers went on the River Road, and just on the Coventry Station Road we found 16 tires.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, like, so many tires.
We
and
found
I'm
a
like,
fridge, an air
Oh.
conditioner.
That's really sad.
And, like, there was just this whole pile of, you can tell it was just stuff from one person. There was, like, hangers, like, shoes and stuff. And I'm like, seriously? Like,
Were you able to do anything about that?
yeah, we picked it up and we
Picked
put
up a
it,
good chunk of it.
yeah, picked up as much as we
It's
could.
a little hard to pick up a refrigerator.
Yeah, an air conditioner
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, but it was just this whole project that the whole middle school did. And yeah, we found a lot.
Your school's sounding really awesome. What are you doing for Green Up Day this year? I think it's at the beginning of May, isn't it? Or the end of April.
Well, yeah, yeah, May, and Earth Day is
I'm
April
assuming
April
we'll
22nd.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
Destiny's
assuming we'll do
birthday.
something similar to what we did.
Yeah, I hope to do something similar
Yeah.
because bet you people dump more.
I'm sure they will have dumped more.
Yeah.
Do you have ideas for what you'd like to do for Green Up Day? Because you're now leaders. Like it or not, you're leaders.
Well, I'd say, like, we have the green team, and I'm sure, like, there'll be people who really want to, like, do something,
Mhm.
and many of the people who aren't as
Motivated.
motivated to
Yeah.
do it. And, yeah, I don't know where I was going with
How are you going to motivate them?
that.
Showing them the impact that it has.
Yeah, last year we did it was like a partnership with Casella, and like
Oh.
it was like statistics. We did some in science class,
Mhm.
and we like put together like what we found, like plastic bags, coat hangers,
Mhm.
like
Tons and tons of bottles and cans.
yeah. And then we were talking about making some signs, like I don't know, I don't think we got to the signs, but we went to the town hall, right, grade?
Mhm.
Yeah, town hall and presented
Yeah,
all the
presented
information
to
together.
yeah.
So you're making an impact in a lot of different places. It's really good. It's really encouraging for the rest of us who sort of look at the mess that we've created and think, isn't somebody going to scream about this? Isn't somebody going to force us to clean it up? And that's exactly what you're all doing.
And we
Yeah.
actually just got a new water fountain to
Uh-huh.
help save plastic bottles.
Good.
It's one of the fill-up stations, and it has the counter. And last I looked, it was
Mr. Matt was
yesterday.
the 100th one today.
Okay. So yeah, we've saved already over 100 plastic water
And it
bottles.
was from
we-
this weekend.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
from like one day.
just this 3 days. Well,
Yeah.
That's really powerful as a tool for showing people, because people learn more by being shown it than they do by just hearing the words.
Right. We're very, our school is very,
involving.
yeah, like, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that most of our middle schoolers are very, like us. They care about the environment.
Sure.
And Green Up Day, we had a lot of kids help with just picking up trash and items like that. And yeah, there's just, we're very like earth.
Friendly.
Yeah, earth
Good.
friendly.
Is Green Up Day a choice, or does everybody have to participate?
It's a choice. Like, I think you could
Wow.
have stayed at the school last year if you didn't want to go out, or just stayed home. Yeah.
Huh.
But a lot of kids just went out just to like go out.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be the kid that's stuck in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want to play a part in making it better for everybody?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, you're living here for.
A long
Oh
time.
yeah, you're here.
Even if you don't stay in Vermont, you're still living on the planet.
Yeah. And it's like, you got to do something about it before it gets so bad you can't do anything about it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it was so bad on those roads that it at first it didn't even look like we had done much.
Mhm.
But then once we finally finished, then we finally realized that
Wow,
We-
this is a difference. Like,
Yeah. Did you take the cans back and get money for them?
that's actually a funny story.
oh boy.
We had a wagon.
Oh.
We had it on. It
yeah,
was
we
our
had a
teachers
huge wagon with like,
full of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a miscommunication. Somebody came and took the wagon with the trash, thinking that the wagon was also garbage.
Oh.
Luckily, we were able to get the wagon back.
Did we get the cans back?
No,
Oh. So
Long
somebody
gone.
else made money off your cans.
it was kind of funny though.
Yeah.
We left it because the wagon was full, and
Right.
we went up the road to continue picking stuff up. We got back and it was gone.
Yeah, because we were only originally supposed to go like in the morning before lunch, and then we were done.
Uh-huh.
But then like,
We went in the afternoon as
yeah,
well.
it was like us and Destiny that went out and did it after lunch, because we were like, hey, can we go back out? Like, we were
Can we go finish it?
yeah, can we
Yeah.
finish it?
There's still like
then-
6 tires out there.
Yeah, and then yeah, we just continued picking up some trash. There's definitely a lot of stuff you never thought you would see out there. Like, why would you just? I don't know.
Right.
Oh,
I don't
refrigerator.
understand. Yeah, just throw your refrigerator,
Yeah.
your air conditioner.
Or if you've managed to drag it into the middle of nowhere here, you could have taken it to somewhere where they could actually have
like
recycled
yeah,
it.
like
And maybe even more difficult to get it out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
those people put about 4 times as much effort in throwing it over the bank as bringing it to the
Right.
dump.
like those tires
Landfill.
were heavy. They had the rims inside of them, and I'm like, it was like a steep hill, so they could just easily roll them down. But like getting them out of like the back of your car or whatever, it just took a lot of effort. And I'm like, you could have brought it somewhere where people would have got it out for you.
Right. And the metal can be recycled, and you can actually get money for that. You can
Yeah.
take that somewhere and get paid for it. So you're wasting a lot of things. We are just about out of time. Told you it went really fast.
Mhm.
If you each had just a phrase or something, just a short sentence to get other people involved, other young people, what would you say? Starting with you.
Oh, well, overall, like as a school, probably one of my favorite quotes from Benjamin Franklin: "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn." So, telling me about what's happening is not going to do me anything.
Mhm.
Teaching me might put it in my mind for a little bit, but I'll eventually forget it. Involving me will actually have me making an impact.
Excellent.
I'd just say ask around if you're interested in this stuff, which I think you should be because it's quite fascinating. But if you're interested in it, like ask your teachers, your parents, like anything like that. Like my family most of my family have food allergies, so they have to eat certain things, and so they're all organic, like no processed foods, and I think that's the coolest because I was just like, just ask.
That's great. Julia?
I think probably like maybe, like ask, like get involved in what you can while you can, and try to just keep our like area as good as you can.
Sarah?
For me, if you want to know something, you can look it up. If you want to learn about this, you can look up. The information's at our fingertips. So there is almost no excuse for people not being able to know and see and get involved with this. It's a lot easier than it was just 10 years ago. So everybody can make a difference. It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. Just go outside and pick up a water bottle, pick up a straw that you found. It's
gonna make a difference one way or the other.
Pick it up.
Every little bit matters.
Yes, it does. Pick it up. You're right. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I know that wherever you go next, you're going to continue to make an impact, because once you've started on this path, you're stuck on it. And I hope you manage to spread it to all your friends. I hope it's as contagious. Good. I hope it's as contagious as many other things.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.